Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zep, and we're actually back. Well, I say we're back. I'm not fully back yet. I just wanted to do this reaction. I should have actually done this a couple of days ago, to be honest, when it came out. But I was still recovering from COVID, and I don't know if anyone else who's had COVID can tell me this, but I have been left kind of afterwards feeling incredibly lethargic. I've had it twice, and I didn't feel like this after it the first time, but like, I'm going to lay all my cards down in the line. Ever since having COVID, I've really just not wanted to come back to doing this stuff. And obviously, like, it's a first world problem. At the end of the day, people have had COVID and had to go back to actual jobs. I can only imagine how difficult that must have been. But where I'm sitting at the moment, I just have been really struggling to want to do these kind of things. So I'm slowly but surely edging myself back into it this week. I'm probably putting this video up tomorrow, which will be Monday, and then this week I'm slowly starting to do videos, so you might not even see me back this week, because I want to not only slowly do the videos to kind of just ease myself back into everything, I want to get ahead on videos as well before I come back, just to give myself breathing room. I don't want to be stressing too much coming back into it, so it'll be another week or two before you see regular content back from me yet, but I am working on some bigger projects as well. If you follow me on Twitter, I've already tweeted about that, so make sure to go follow me over there. But for now, because I know a lot of you guys probably don't care because you're only here for the reaction, and that is okay. I know the reaction community. I'm the same myself when it comes to watching a lot of reactors. You're there to see their reaction, and you're not kind of there for that much else. And that's completely okay. And today, we are here reacting to the song Money by The Warning. Now, one thing I am unsure of when it comes to this song is that, is it the next song on the kind of the Mayday, you know, because the Mayday EP was supposed to be a full album, it was broken into two. Is this one of the songs from the second part that we're going to get? I'm not sure. You can tell I'm still recovering from COVID because I have a little cough. But yeah, I say I'm excited to hear this. I'm just curious to hear this, you know. I'm not going to go, guys, I've been just dying to hear stuff from The Warning since. As I said, lethargic, man. I've been super lethargic, so I'm just curious to hear how it is. I'm going to give my honest opinions, and yeah, I hope it's good, because again, I have been listening to a lot of The Warning in my free time. Dull Knives, Dust to Dust, and Evolve are probably my three most listened to songs at the moment that I've been enjoying. So yeah, it's been good. And I want to be able to put more songs in that. Of course, I listen to other songs from them, but I'm talking about my top ones. But let's get into it anyway. Again, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe to see more content like this in future, because there will be. It'll just be a couple of weeks before I'm back. And make sure to... Did I already say comment? I don't know. Comment, let me know what you think if I didn't say it already. And let's get into it. The Warning, Money. Turn it up a bit. Nice drum groove. Just a quick pause there because I don't want to be talking over too much. It's like, it's as close to funky without being funky. It's weird. I like the drum groove. I like the rhythm to it. I'm not. It's only 30 seconds in. I don't really feel any other opinions at the moment, but it's a nice interesting groove. Again, one of the biggest problems I had with The Warning, for people who've known my reaction series on them, is that sometimes I find the verses to be a little lackluster in terms of what's going on with them, and I find that's a similar thing with a lot of modern music, a lot of pop music. Or I know this isn't pop music, but pop music would be the biggest culprit of this, is where we don't really have interesting verses, but we have a really hooky chorus, so let's just write around this chorus and do anything for the verses. And I don't think like The Warning would intentionally do that, but I've just, on a couple of maybe their lesser songs, that's how I would feel about the song. But this doesn't sound like that. It's a more interesting, likable verse, in my opinion. So let's keep going with it. throw another pause in there really quick. I'll be honest, like, I don't know. That's my honest opinion, is that I don't know, is that there's things I'm liking about it, but there's things I'm not liking about it as well. I'm sat here, I'm really undecided. I think it's like, if you're to try and draw the line between, say, if you want to say there's a bad song, a good song, a great song, and a catchy song. So, and a catchy song could fall under any of those categories. I would say, it seems to me, at the moment at least, it's more on the lines of catchy. Like, this is a song where I could see it, like, not being my favorite Warning song by any means, but I'd be humming it all the time. I feel like it's one of those ones. Yeah, I need to listen to more of it, and I already get the feeling this is a song that I always say this anyway, music is a slow burning thing for me. I need to listen to music a number of times before I can formulate an opinion. And is there a hair on my head there? There is. Gee, I was wondering what that was. But yeah, music is a slow burning thing for me. It takes me a couple of listens to really get into a song, and I just absolutely feel like that's going to be the case here. More so than most songs, even. That's the feeling I'm getting. But we'll keep playing anyway. I think we're going to let it play out now, and then I'll give you my final thoughts at the end. Again, with parts like this here, sorry, just a quick pause. I think I said that about another song by The Warning. I could, not the chorus, but I could picture parts like that being done by Arctic Monkeys. I don't know why. I don't know why Arctic Monkeys have kind of popped into my head a number of times with The Warning. It's just, I think it's the groove and the way she sings is that I could picture, or the structure around how she'd sing songs. I could picture the singer from Arctic Monkeys doing a cover of it, if that makes sense. I don't know why I think that. I just wanted to get that out there. Okay, that was Money, the official performance video by The Warning. I will say, even towards the end there, it was growing on me, right? And one thing that I really like about it is that I always think a great band with like a really top band, you can hear their different eras. And this song, I spoke a lot. This is kind of in referencing a lot of the other Warning videos I've done in the past. So if this is your first time watching a reaction of mine to The Warning, there may be things you don't fully get in this. But people who've watched me a while will understand what I mean if you remember the context of things I've said earlier. I said that a lot of hardcore fans probably prefer the Queen of the Murder Scene album because it feels like it has a little more soul to it in terms of importance. And with the Mayday EP, I prefer the Mayday EP, but even in my review of the Mayday EP, I said that what that EP feels like, it feels like their explosion. It feels like the writing of songs, like they're not concept songs, they're just trying to write the best song, and they're putting it together on an interesting EP. They're kind of potentially front loading heavy on the EP, and they're just trying to put out good music. and they're not worrying about a concept, and that the EP just feels like the explosion of which, if they make it to the highs of stardom, so to speak, in the future, that in maybe 10-20 years time people will look back at the Mayday EP as the beginning of that, even though the hardcore fan base that's followed them from the start may always have a fondness of the Queen of the Murder Scene. I feel like the public will, or the mass will sort of look at the Mayday EP as sort of the true beginning of them writing not only good music in terms of what the Warning fans would like, but a lot more commercially accessible music within the genre, right? I think we can all agree that the songs on the Mayday EP are way more accessible to an initial listener. And a lot of people may not like that. They may think it's sort of a way of selling out. I think you can find a healthy middle ground with that, and I think a lot of bands need to do that if they really want to explode. They can't keep writing this niche genre stuff from the beginning, or else they'll never really grow massively, like they'll hit a ceiling. And if this song is part of the Mayday EP, again, I'm not sure it is, but it sounds of the era of the Mayday EP. It doesn't sound that much like a Queen of the Murder Scene song. Maybe the verses a little bit, but for the most part it doesn't, and that's a really cool thing. It's like you can distinguish the eras of the writing, and again, you can do the same. I think Radiohead are probably the best at doing it. You can distinguish it with Muse. Nothing But Thieves, not so much, but as a fan I can. But just from those kind of three bands that I know the most about, it's clear that they can do it. They're objectively great bands. I know I'm biased, but they are objectively great bands. And The Warning seems to be able to do that as well. And moving forward, seeing then how, once they get this Mayday EP done and we go into maybe 2024 and we get a third album, I'll be very curious to see how their sound moves forward then. Because if they move forward again there, I think you really have a band that's going to give us 20 years of really, really interesting music. And I also think their best music could come out of that. I mean, you look at a lot of bands, right? You have EPs, album 1, and then it's sort of album 2 and 3 where it's like the make or break albums, and you really see kind of how good they are. And I know the Warning have been writing since they were young and all that, so people would say it's a little different, but the reality is most bands and most artists write when they're young. It just never gets published, right? So when you're talking about these girls in terms of where their potential peak may be in terms of writing, if they're to follow similar trends of other musicians, you may not even take into account Queen of the Murder Scene. The Queen of the Murder Scene would be maybe like a glorified EP. The Mayday stuff could be album 1, and then what they do after that will be like their album 2, 3 territory, where it's like, this is where they're going to be looking to get worldwide radio play. I don't see the Mayday EP as, or the Mayday EP and the Mayday album that will come out, the other half, we'll consider them as the one album. I don't see that as their, while I see it as their jump, I definitely do, I don't see that as the making of them music, so to speak. I think it's maybe once they're comfortable and after they've done an American tour, a Europe tour, potential world tour, and they have a couple of years of all this under their belt, and when they go to write, I think that's when you'll really, really see either their best stuff or it could be the breaking of them. It happens. I don't think it will happen with them, but a tour can change you, and as far as I'm aware, they haven't toured before. It can be a very intense and stressful thing. I know of bands that had touring done a lot of damage to. I know a lot of hardcore fans, because of the early stage that we are with the band, will just consider the Queen of the Murder Scene album as, they might even consider the one before that as album 1, but I wouldn't even go there at all. They're just too young to consider it that. But a lot of people will consider Queen of the Murder Scene as album 1. And what I would say is that if they don't really get any mainstream peak off the Mayday EP stuff, and you're considering that album 2, and it's like, oh shit, they're 2, maybe even 3 albums deep now, and they're not peaking, what's happening? Once they hit their mid-20s and we go into 2024, 2025, and we're getting stuff from them, I think that's where you're going to see them at a level where there's a real appreciation across the mainstream of this genre, in my opinion. And to go back to the song and give this out of 10, again, it was catchy, it was growing on me. I'm going to play it safe at the moment and give it an 8. Again, I think, and I'm going off a stricter rating system, by the way, nowadays, just to try and be more fair. So maybe earlier I might have given it an 8.5, but I'm sticking with 8 for the moment. I think it's a good, catchy song. Really enjoyed it. We'll listen to it again. Not my favourite, but it's up there. Say if I was to go on halves of like my least favourite half of their songs and top favourite, it's 100% in the top half. And it'll be interesting to see if it would even be higher than that. But for the moment, that's where I feel comfortable leaving it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, ladies and gentlemen. I apologise it went on for so long. I haven't streamed in a while either, so I haven't been able to talk to you guys or vent. I am just going to leave it there, but let me know. There's an idea I've been running in my head recently. So a lot of those times on Twitch, right, where I'll be doing these streams, I react to music and then I react to gaming. And I know a lot of you guys aren't really a fan of the gaming and you leave. So I want to know what you guys would maybe think of me doing a music stream only, but be doing that on YouTube and leave my Twitch for just the gaming. So come over to YouTube and do music stuff only, live streaming on this channel. Let me know what you think about that idea, and if you'd be interested in that, you can show up, we'll react to some songs, you can suggest some songs. It'll be a great time. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even going to ask you to like, subscribe and comment, you know to do that already. We're going to end it now. I'm going to leave you here. Take care, and I hope to see you soon when I'm back to full health. Take care, have a good one, guys. Peace.